In this video, I will demonstrate how to create the geometry for tutorial number 8. In this tutorial, we will use the top and front construction plane because we will be creating C-axis toolpaths. To start, select Planes in the status bar and choose Top. Before we start creating geometry, we will create levels to help us keep our geometry organized. Left-click on Levels in the status bar. In the Level Manager, input a name for level number 1 being Top View Geometry. Input a new level number being 2 and input a name being Right View Geometry. Now input a new level number being 3 and input a name being Right View Geometry 2. Then select number 1 and choose the All Off button to make level 2 and level 3 invisible. Select the OK button to exit the Level Manager. To help differentiate between the geometry when the levels are active, we will use two different colors to create the geometry. Select the color button at the bottom of the screen and input the number of 10 if it's not already been set. Then choose the OK button. Now we will create lines to create the profile of the part. Select the Create Line Endpoint command. Input a length of 1 and an angle of 90 degrees. Choose the origin and pick the Apply button to create the line. Click the Unzoom Previous 5 button until the drawing comes into view as shown. Then enter a length of 0.15 at an angle of 180 degrees. Pick the line endpoint as shown and then select the Apply button. Now, input a length of 0.175 and an angle of 90 degrees. Select the line endpoint as shown and press the Apply button. Then enter a length of 0.75 and an angle of 180 degrees. Pick the line endpoint as shown and press the Apply button. Now select the line endpoint as shown and choose the Fast Point command. Input the coordinates -1.45, 0.75, and press Enter. Then choose the OK button to exit the command. Your geometry will appear as shown up to this point. Select the X-Form Mirror command. Select the two lines as shown and then press the End Selection button. The mirror dialog box will appear. Enable Copy and enable the radio button to mirror about the Y-axis with an X reference point of -2.2. Now press Enter on the keyboard to see a preview of the result on the graphics user interface as shown. Select the OK button to exit the command. From here, select the Clear Colors icon to return the geometry back to its original form. We will now create the final lines to finish the outside profile. Select the Create Line Endpoint command to complete the geometry. Pick the two endpoints as shown to create a line between the geometry and press the Apply button. Then input a line length of 0.325 and an angle of 270 degrees and pick the endpoint as shown. Again, select the Apply button to stay within the command. Now input a length of 0.25 at an angle of 180 degrees and choose this endpoint. Press the Apply button. If you are unable to see your entire part, select the Fit Screen icon. From here, input a length of 0.85 at an angle of 270 degrees and pick the line endpoint as shown. Now press the Apply button. You can now choose the OK button to exit the command. Your geometry will appear as shown up to this point. Now change the construction plane to the right side by picking the Graphics View right side from the toolbar. Now select the Fit icon. Also, use the Zoom commands to position the part as shown. Now change the level to number 2 by selecting the drop-down arrow and selecting it from the list. Now we will change the system color to number 12. Select Color in the status bar and locate number 12. Select the OK button to exit the Colors dialog box. We will now create the ellipse on the right face. Make sure the construction mode is set to 2D and the Z depth is set to 0. Choose the command Create Ellipse and input a radius of 1 and a height of 0.5. Select the origin to position the ellipse and choose the OK button to exit the command. Select the Fit Screen icon if needed. Now we will create a circle. First, change the Z depth to negative 0.15. Press Enter. Now select Create, Arc, Circle Center Point. Enter a radius as shown. Again, select the origin. You can now select the OK button to exit the command. Click on the isometric view from the toolbars. Your part should appear as shown. Select the right view to change the view back to the right. Now we will create a rectangle. The first thing we must do is change the Z depth to negative 0.525. Press Enter. Select the Create Rectangle command. Input a width of 2, a height of 2, and ensure Anchor to Center is enabled. Then choose the origin to place the rectangle. Select the OK button to exit the command. We will now trim the rectangle. Choose the Trim Break Extend command and enable the Divide button. Select the lines as shown and then choose the OK button to exit the command. Now select the OK button to exit the command. Your part should appear as shown. Now we will break the lines using the command Break Many Pieces. This command allows us to break the geometry into a desired number of pieces that we wish, and automatically calculates the length based on equal lengths or rounded distances. Choose the command Break Many Pieces. Select the 4 lines which make up the rectangle and press the End Selection button. The Break Many Pieces ribbon bar will appear. Enable Exact Distance and change the number to 3 as shown. Once complete, choose the OK button. Now we will create 2 arcs and then rotate them around the diameter. Select the Isometric Graphics view from the toolbar. We must change the construction mode to 3D in the status bar. Now choose the Create Arc Circle Center Point command and input a radius of 0.125. Click on the diameter icon to lock this value as shown. Locking this value allows us to create multiple entities of this size. Then pick the 2 line endpoints as shown and select the OK button. Now pick planes from the status bar and select Right. This will keep the graphics view set to isometric and change the construction plane to right. Now select the Xform Rotate command and pick the 2 arcs we just created. Hit the End Selection button once complete. The Xform Rotate dialog box will appear. Match the parameters as shown and press Enter. Ensure copy is enabled, the number of instances is set to 3, and an angle is set to 90 degrees. Now select the OK button to exit the command. From here, click on Clear Colors to return the geometry to its original color. Your part will appear as shown. Now we will create the circles on the left face. Choose levels from the status bar and make level number 3 active. Click on the X in the visible column beside level 2 to make only level 1 and 3 visible as shown. Now select the OK button to exit the level manager. Also, change the construction depth and mode to 2D as shown. Press Enter. Your part should appear as shown. From here, pick the Create Arc Circle Center Point command. Leave the 0.125 radius set and pick the Fast Point command. Input the coordinates 0.6, 0.6. Press Enter and select the Apply button. Click on the Fast Point icon again and enter the coordinates as shown. -0.6, 0.6. Press Enter and select the Apply button. Again, choose the Fast Point command. Enter the coordinates as shown, -0.6, -0.6. Press Enter and select the Apply button. Select the Fast Point icon once more and enter the coordinates as shown. 0.6, -0.6. Press Enter and select the Apply button to stay within the command. Your part should appear as shown up to this point. From here, change the construction depth to -4.5. Press Enter. Now click on the radius icon to unlock the value. Change the radius as shown and click on the radius icon to lock it. From here, select the Fast Point command and enter the coordinates as shown. 0, 0.6. Press Enter and select the Apply button. Again, choose the Fast Point command and enter the coordinates as shown. -0.6, 0. Press Enter and select the Apply button. Once again, select the Fast Point command. Input the coordinates as shown, 0, -0.6. Press Enter and select the Apply button. For the final time, select the Fast Point command. Input the coordinates as shown, 0.6, 0. Press Enter, then select the OK button to exit the command. Your part will appear as shown. Now we will fillet the 1/4" radius circles. The first thing we must do is select the right view from the toolbars. Then choose the Create Fillet Entities command. Input a radius of 0.25, set the style to normal, and ensure no trim is enabled. Pick the entities as shown to create the fillets between the arcs. Select the OK button to exit the fillet command. Your part should appear as shown. Now we will trim the arcs. Select the Trim Break Extend command and enable the Divide button. Select the arcs as shown, and once complete, select the OK button. Your part will appear as shown. Now we will create points. First, select the isometric view from the toolbars. Select the Create Point Position command and then pick Fast Point. Input the coordinates as shown. -4, 1.175, 0. Now press Enter. A point will appear as shown. Again, select the Fast Point command and input the coordinates as shown. -3.75, 0, -1.175. Press Enter. The point will appear as shown. Select Fast Point again. Input the coordinates as shown. -4, -1.175, 0. Press Enter. Select the Fast Point icon one more time and input the following coordinates: -3.75, 0, 1.175. Press Enter. Now select the OK button to exit the command. Your part will appear as shown. Finally, we will create the spline to complete this geometry. Ensure the construction mode is set to 3D. From here, select the Create Spline Manual command. Now click on the points that we just created. Now press the OK button to exit the command. Once complete, your geometry should appear as shown. Select the top view from the toolbars. Also, enable Fit Screen. You can now save the geometry. This will complete the video for the geometry creation portion of tutorial number 8. In the next video, I will cover the setup sheet, tool settings, and stock setup.